All right, so we got cut off. So starting back where we left off, Israel stumbled at that stumbling stone of thinking that they could do something to earn God's graces and His mercy. They could do these works, and that would keep them safe from God's wrath and keep them in good graces with the Father by works. And they stumbled at that stumbling stone. Verse 33, as it is written, behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone and a rock of offense, and whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. You see? Chapter 10, verse 1 of Romans. Brothers, my heart's desire and prayer to El for Israel is that they might be saved. You see? For I bear them record that they have a zeal of El. Israelites, they have a zeal to want to serve the Most High. They want to. That's why they washed their hands up to the elbows. That's why they did all those sacrifices and kept all the high holy days and did all the stuff in the temple and did all this stuff. That's why. Because they had a zeal, but not according to knowledge. You hear me? Not according to knowledge. For they being ignorant of El's righteousness, they don't know Abba's right thought, how to think right. They think they're doing something. And yet they're thinking wrong all along. By the stumbling stone. See? It's got them snared, flipped upside down. You see that? For they being ignorant of El's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness. Y'all hear that right there? Really let it sink in. Really let it go in there. Let it get down in there to the bone and to the marrow. That's what you see a lot in this world. A lot of believers are going about to establish their own righteousness. Brothers need to do this. You need to start doing this. You need to do this 3 times a day. You need to start doing that and start doing that. They don't know they're actually putting burdens on another man. You see? They're actually putting burdens on him by telling him this is what you need to do now. You need to do that now. You need to start doing this now that you believe. Really? He says they got a zeal, but it ain't according to knowledge because they don't know El's righteousness. They don't know El's right thought. And they're going about to establish their own right thinking about things. This is right if I eat like this, and if I wear this garment and put this on and do this when the moon does that, and then do like this, then I'm righteous. Nope. Do you know the Father's name, and are you using it in truth? That's righteousness. Continuing. For Christ is the end of the law for righteousness. Christ stops you from seeking to do stuff to become clean. Come on. Because who cleansed you? You did or Christ did? So then, if He did, how can you do something to make yourself clean? And that's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Can you tell me? That's what I want to know. Can you tell me? Can you? Because this seems to be the problem here for Israel, or in other words, those who believe. You see? Children of Abraham by faith. This is their problem. You see? For Christ is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believeth. See? For Moses describeth the righteousness which is of the law, that the man which doeth those things shall live by them. So you want to eat like that? Then go ahead and live like that. You want to wear that and do like this on this day and do like that and do this, and live by that. But if you err in doing that, then you've offended your whole law that you say you live by. Ah, boy. But the righteousness which is of faith, see, 2 different types of righteousness. Pay attention. Speaketh on this wise. Say not in thine heart, who shall ascend into heaven? That is to bring Christ down from above. Or who shall descend into the deep? That is to bring up Christ again from the dead. But what saith it? The righteousness, that is. The word is nigh thee, even in thy mouth and in thy heart. So true righteousness is, I am is in my mouth. So let me stop looking for God out there for an answer. Let me stop looking for God down there for an answer. Let me accept that He is within me. That's what he's saying to you. That's true righteousness. I am is in me. Where else could he be? I am is out there. While y'all calling us peculiar and strange, y'all sure seem to be the strange ones. Y'all don't get that? All right, he says that even in your mouth and in your heart, that is the word of faith, which we preach. That's what the grandson preached, don't he? I am. Now speak it in truth. That's the word of faith. If you have faith in what you have spoken, then it shall be. You shall move mountains with that word. His name, that is. The word that you've heard from the beginning. What word is that? I am. That's what you heard. Who do we hear it from? Moses. Why do you say the beginning? Because that's when we first became a nation. Is when Moses came to us and said, the Lord thy God chose thee to be a special people unto himself. We said, well, what is his name, Moshe? He said, I am is his name forever. And tell your children, forever that is his name. So don't take that name in vain. That's what we preach. That if thou shalt confess with your mouth the Lord Yahushua, and shall believe in thine heart that El hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. For with the heart man believeth unto righteousness, that's called faith, and with the mouth, I am free. My faith believes that I'm free, and so I am. You see? And with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. I told y'all I was locked up in jail. They was like, you ain't going nowhere for 90 days. I said, I am free. I did exactly what this book is saying right here in this verse. I did that exact thing. And 38 days later, I was free out of there. I was sitting on the street outside of the building. So then the word of faith caused salvation to come to me. For the scripture saith, whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. For there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek. Nope, because they both say I am when they talk, don't they? For the same Lord over all is rich unto all that call upon him. See how the Bible is so easy to understand when you just know his name? All that call upon I am. He will bless you if you use his name in truth. He's no respecter of persons. You see? For whosoever shall call upon the name of Abba shall be saved. What's his name, y'all? See what I'm preaching to you? Whosoever shall call upon the name of I am shall be saved. I was in the prison. I was also on the side of a road. I was also stranded in a city. I didn't know where the hell I was at. And through all of that, I said, I am home, chilling at the crib. And that's where I was. I wrote a letter and I beat the letter home. Using the name by faith. Okay? How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? See, y'all haven't believed on I am because you didn't know it. Let's continue reading. And how shall they believe in him on whom they have not heard? Most Christians don't even know Abba's name. And if you ask them, they may not tell you it's I am. That means they don't know it. So how can they say they're saved? You're only saved through his name. And what is his name? I am. Y'all have been duped and deceived that it's something else. It's not. The name that y'all all should be striving for, looking to be purified in is I am. He came to reconcile us to the Father. Well, who is the Father? Who came to reveal the Father to us? How shall they believe on him in whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? Look at the Bible making everything clear that's happening right here in your hearing. And how shall they preach except they be sent? So what does that mean for me? Who's telling you this? Who's preaching this to you? Who has been preaching this message of I am to deliver you? Watch this. If you broke, I am rich. If you sick, I am healthy. If you in jail, I am free. If you, what else do y'all got that I can just whack-a-mole with my I am hammer? Don't you get where this is going? I am starving. I am filled. I am lonely. I am covered with companionship. I am overflowing with companionship. Come on with some more. That's how it goes. You follow me? And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things. But they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah said, Abba, who hath believed our report? Same thing with this. Who believes that that's all you got to do, children? That's all you got to do to liberate yourself from all the hell that you find yourself in. Stop claiming I am doomed in any type of way. You don't have to. You think you do. You don't. You can choose. You can stand today and overcome with his name if you just have faith in it. And I'm here to testify that I have done so many times and I still continue to. And I'll never stop doing it, actually. It's the pearl of great price. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of El. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and the words unto the ends of the world. But I say, did not Israel know? First Moses says, I will provoke you to jealousy by them that are no people, and by a foolish nation I will anger you. So because Israel was cast off for their faithlessness and unbelief, then Abba chose the Gentiles to come in to provoke the Israelites to jealousy to want to come back in. You see. But Isaiah is very bold and says, I was found of them that sought me not, and I was made manifest unto them that asked not after me. You see. But to Israel, he says, all day long I have stretched forth my hands into a disobedient and gainsaying people. You see. And then he continues in chapter 11. He says, I say then, hath God cast away his people? So, has he put them away forever? El forbid. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. El hath not cast away his people, which he foreknew. Wot ye not what the scripture says of Elijah, how he maketh intercession to El against Israel, saying, they have killed all the prophets, and digged down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what was the answer of El unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. You see, to that false image. Even so then, at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. Children that will receive grace in the end, because God's judgment is coming. It is come. It is here. It is coming down swiftly. And there are some vessels there that are vessels of grace that he has given his grace to snatch out of the judgment, so that they can see and behold. Because that is what's written, that they shall see the end of the wicked. You see? He says, and if by grace, see the election of grace, his election might stand. You see how it's connected? And if by grace, then it is no more of works. All of you elect, listen to this. Elect means you're elected for grace. Okay? So then, can you do anything? That's why I said, can you be good or bad? Or are you striving to try to keep tabs on whether you were a good boy today or not? Because if you are, then you're in error. You see? You're off. He says, otherwise, if by grace, then it is no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work. Do you understand what he's saying? If you did something after he's already given you grace, and you did something that God said, I'm pleased with that, I'm going to accept you. Wait a minute. You already accepted me when you gave me grace. That's why you gave me grace. You said, judgment coming. I give you grace, though. You ain't going to suffer the judgment that I got coming down. Okay, Abba, now I'm about to go over here and do a bunch of good stuff, because now I'm going to prove to you that I'm good. Abba's like, I already chose you by grace, brother. You ain't got to do nothing. You already chose. You see? You see? What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for? But the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. The elect of grace. Abba is going to destroy everything else, but the grace. The ones that are elected by grace, will obtain grace, and it won't be because of anything they've done. It will be so his election will stand. Okay? So we'll end it there. I think y'all get the point. That it ain't about what you do. And so then is it about what they're doing out there? Why are you concerned with that? Why are you concerned with what they're doing? Why are you concerned with what's going on with the vessels fitted for destruction? They ain't going to change. Just like you can't change who you is. You can't change it being a vessel of mercy and grace. His election shall stand. Shalom, Mr. Allah.